What's gooey, Yap Nation? Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, Los Yappers. I'm your favorite host, Kelbin Live.
And I'm full of energy. We're full of energy today. I'm Oscar, your favorite host.
Most of the days.
Oh, I messed that up.
You did mess that up. You said, we're here with a lot of energy, everybody. How are you doing?
Oh, I got gay voice.
Girl.
Well, happy Pride. Happy Pride.
Yeah, happy Pride. We'll just say that. We're back on YouTube. I gave Yap Nation a little slap on the hand last week.
Oh.
I didn't upload the video. You know why? Because the last video before it didn't get that many. So it was a punishment.
Yeah, but all of a sudden I saw more.
You know what? You're right. I actually did see that too. I actually did see it. No, actually, we just had like a technical error with the last.
We hit double digits.
We did with what?
With video views.
Oh, we did. 10.
12. I saw 12.
No, we really did have a technical error last week. The audio had doubled over. And so I was like, what's the point? Like, I'm just not going to
Yeah,
upload
it
it.
was just too much to figure out.
But we're back. We're back again. And feeling good, honestly. I thought I was tan because I'd been out in the sun for a little bit, but I'm still pasty.
Nah, he got out of the shower and it washed right off.
It did wash right off. I had an absolutely amazing weekend. I was with my boys.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It was a college reunion.
There's way too much testosterone in
with
this
the
house.
boys. There was a lot of testosterone. And we're 30, so collectively it was like maybe enough for one man. But there was testosterone,
Old as
more than there
hell.
regularly is. And yeah, it was lovely. It's going to kind of foreshadow into what the topic is going to be about.
Yeah.
So
We'll talk about that later.
yeah, we'll talk about that later. But how was your weekend? How were you, my king?
My week was great. My weekend was great, but it was also amazing because for those that haven't seen our social media posts, and we did talk about Father's Day a little, was that the gift my sisters and I got my dad was tickets to go to a World Cup game, which he's never in his entire life gone to one of those games. And to say I was a blubbering mess.
Yes.
The whole time. My sister was sending photos and videos to the family group chat. And also, for those who don't know, about 2 years ago, my dad suffered a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
And he did recover a good like 80 to 90%. He did lose like some function in a sense where he's not as fast as he was. And there's a little bit of a speech delay, but he's still like all there. It's just, it takes him longer to do things.
For sure.
Basically. So especially in the last 2 years, it's been really hard for my dad to express emotions and feelings and just the right words in the right time, how he wants to say it.
Just typical Central American.
Yeah, but like
man.
on top of that, like he was always like that in a sense, but on top of that, he was physically and neurologically limited to what he could say and how he could say it, just because of some of the after effects from the stroke. But you know, he cried when we gave him the gift on Father's Day, and then during the game, all those photos and videos, his smile was, for him, it was the equivalent of someone smiling from ear to ear.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister said he even got emotional during the opening ceremony, and it's hard for my dad to like, one, just be vulnerable by himself, let alone in front of people.
For sure.
And so like I couldn't stop crying because my dad has been a man who worked hard his whole life. And that story is very common for immigrants. He did physical labor. He worked in factories. He worked his way up, and he was a supervisor for most of my childhood and teenage years. But then he retired, and then he was able to do a little bit more of what he loved, which is like working outside in the garden and all that stuff. But then he had the stroke, and it felt kind of unfair that he was just starting to enjoy the back end of his life.
Right. And
then he was hit with this. And, you know, it's been so hard for all of us to process my dad, who's this stone, essentially, this like stone that was always grounded. You could always count on.
Yeah, he was your rock.
Yeah.
The family's rock.
Yeah. The way he would show his love was he would do stuff for you. Like you needed something fixed. You needed his expertise on something. Like he was always there.
Acts of service.
Yeah. And So to see someone like that be able to receive this, and like just because he purely deserved it, because I think my dad deserves the world for so many reasons that there isn't a podcast long enough for me to list all of them. But it's one of those things of like, you can see the inner him, like healing the childhood him, come out and be like, I'm so loved that my family sees me so much that they know that this was something that I wanted to experience, and it was never something he was ever going to ask us for, because my dad would never ask us for anything, let alone something that we know is, pricier because it's World Cup tickets.
I know that's right. But not the point. It to me, it seems just like a circle of life. You know what I mean? Like you give birth, you raise these kids, and they help you fulfill your lifelong dream. And it's just like such a beautiful turn of events of how that all happened. And you're right. He is a stoic man, but the pictures that we were getting sent, like he looked like a child. He looked like a child. I mean, maybe the poncho wasn't helping him, but you know what I mean?
He was also
like
a little short.
Yes.
And he was in a little cap that was like ill-fitting. But and then the poncho fit him like a dress.
Don't drag this man, but he looked so cute. He looked happy. It's like when you go see Beyonce or when I go see Lady Gaga. It's like that same like gloss over the eyes of like, oh my God, this is one of the coolest things I ever get to experience. And like, no matter what age you are, it doesn't matter, what's going on in life. Like everybody should experience that kind of glow.
I just think that is a very universal experience for children of immigrants, of like their dad is this like stoic, non-emotional like thing, and that, however dangerous that can be, because my dad also, even though it was hard for him, he still did say I love you growing up, and he still made sure that his children knew that he loved them because he had his own childhood traumas. But it was that thing of like him finally like letting himself feel the feelings, and like, and maybe that's the side of the stroke that like it gets rid of those inhibitions. Like he doesn't have time to throw himself through mental gymnastics to cover himself being vulnerable. He's already start feeling the feelings before he can like catch up with it.
Right.
So it was beautiful when we gave it to him. It was beautiful to see that, and I think it's something that we will always like cherish for the rest of our lives.
For sure.
He will definitely cherish for the rest of his life. It's just like, it's amazing. I don't know what else to say about it. It's something that I'm so grateful that my sister came up with the idea for all of us to give this to him. And it just, because the idea, you think about it every time, but like it's expensive. So like willing to drop that is hard, but luckily me and my sisters are all in a place financially where we can afford to help out and give this gift to him together. So yeah, you can't, nothing anyone says or does could ever take that away from me. The feeling of seeing my dad and
like a kid again.
Yeah. The joy he was feeling, the emotions I was feeling, just seeing those photos and videos, nothing can ever take that away. So yeah, that was, I'd have to say, is a highlight of my life.
I love that. I think I was with the boys when the pictures were being sent. I can't remember.
They were in the group chat.
Yeah.
I was texting you that
I was like, oh
I'm
my
sitting
God,
here crying by myself.
This is so cute. You were by yourself. Yes, I do remember that. Well, let's move on over to the gay agenda, which is very strong right now in June. Gay agendas should always be, influencing the world, especially on Pride Month.
Right.
And I'm going to kick mine off with a tweet that I saw, or a thread maybe. I don't really tweet that much, but I saw somebody post their opinion about what's going on in DC. One of the many things that it's going on in DC, and they said, "I'm so sick and tired of hearing this fucking reflection pool." And
I did bring it up a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, and can I just be so honest? Like, I still haven't researched that thing. Like, it still has not popped up on my algorithm.
Oh man,
I don't know what it looks like, but everybody is complaining about it. Everybody in the world is complaining about it,
and everybody's sick of it from both sides.
Yeah, right. Everybody's sick of it. But what leads me to this point is, for my gay agenda, I really want to be one of those people that can consume news, but not in a way where, one, it catches me off guard like it did with gas prices, but two, not enough where I'm so drowned in it that I need to get every single update like I was when I was working in radio. I have heard that there's like these 10-minute to 15-minute news podcasts that just kind of catch you up. Granted, it might be some doom and gloom, but I still feel it's better yeah, better. We'll use
Well,
that
it's
word. It's better to be
digestible.
digestible, to digest this kind of news and to be in the know. And I guess that's just part of aging. You know
I
what I
mean, that's
mean?
also like, I mean, think about it, guys. That's also why the news exists. It's the idea is that it gives you stuff in a digestible format, so you
Mhm.
don't either A, have to go down a rabbit hole if you get like really obsessed with one of these stories or anything like that, and then B, it's also understanding that you don't want to terrorize the public.
Mhm.
You don't want to uh, add fear and add like misinformation. So the news has to give you the straight facts that have been proven.
Right. Right, right. That's what I want to do. I just want to be a little bit more informed, and I'm going to try working on that as much as I can. So that's what's on my gay agenda. We should all be a little bit in the know.
Right. And mine has exactly to do with this. Right?
Okay.
The reflection pool. um, because our president ain't shit, so men ain't shit. And usually it's, say it with me, straight men.
They've started every war.
Oh. They have. I don't know a war started by a woman or a gay man.
Actually, we don't know if they were gay, but anyways, not the point.
I mean, most
I
of them
agree with
probably
you.
were closeted, so that's true. That's true.
That's true.
They were self-hating gay.
They were fighting demons, girl, bisexual demons.
Probably pansexual demons, you know?
100%.
That's the way it was. But this comes from, no surprise to anyone, Love Island.
Okay. You are on this train. This is fantastic.
Oh,
the
yes.
fact that I
Brain
didn't
rot
have to bring
is
up Love
real.
Island. Do you see this? Do you hear this? Like, I'm not bringing up Love Island. Oscar is. You like it? You love it. You're welcome.
Yeah. Write it down. Annie Hoozle, this season on Love Island, these men are really starting to piss me off.
Yeah.
And so I didn't start listening to Love Island, Yap Nation, until last year. I'm not listening, watching.
Watching.
Until last year that Kelbin finally convinced me to watch it.
Mhm.
And because Kelvin has slowly tried to convince me to watch more reality television.
Yes.
Big Brother had one season that I was really interested in, and the next season didn't really care.
You're right.
We'll see what this season looks like.
Oh, yes.
We watched Squid Games, stuff like that, like reality
Traders.
competition.
I got you to Traders.
Traders is really great. And now we're watching Love Island. So the reason I don't watch reality shows is because I get so mad at how people act because it isn't. I mean, part of it maybe is scripted or whatever, but like in a sense of like they do certain things to like influence the situation.
For sure.
Producers
Produce.
correct. But it just gets me so mad because these are actual people, and like the fact that you forget that there are cameras watching you and everything you're saying is being recorded is insane to me.
Right.
And so basically what happened, it could be a very long story, but I'm going to try to cut it short on what happened in Love Island. So for those who haven't watched, we explained Love Island before, right? It's a bunch of hot single people that have to couple up. And at the end, the winning couple receives $100,000, which in today's day and age, not a lot of money.
Not really, because you split that in half.
And
That's
then you
what, 1
take
year's
out
salary?
taxes.
Right.
You're making like what I made as a manager at Old Navy, like a lower level manager.
Split between two.
Yeah. And like, yeah, I guess you made it in a month or 6 weeks compared to a year, but still.
You're winning exposure.
Yes.
That's what radio does.
Also true.
It's basically like radio.
That's how they probably sell it to people.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we'll mentally break you, but you'll have a lot of
Followers.
So far the season, what was happening was that people were kind of sticking to their couples, and the idea of Love Island is that they introduce new people throughout the show so that they, one, create chaos, and two, you might have a connection with one person, but then, you know, Fulanito walks in and then you realize you have a better connection with him, so you switch couples.
Right.
But what was happening is that there kept being a little bit of drama, and then people would go back to their couple.
Mm-hmm.
There's something called Casa Amor. So Casa Amor happens a couple weeks into the season, where they split the original couples, or the people who are still there, and they go to this time the boys went to what was called Casa Amor.
Mm-hmm.
They meet 6 new women over there.
Yes.
And then the girls got 12 men, because the producers will be female empowerment.
Yes. Absolutely.
Because you just have to be. The men were being like, it was getting boring and the men were being annoying. So I think the producers also like wanted to mix shit up, which was fun and dandy.
Yeah, they're trying to entice more couples breaking up because
Yes.
they weren't exploring each other, which is the point of the
Exactly. The
show.
point of the show, right?
But you know,
Arguably. And in Casamore, these men were acting a fool. These men were hooting and hollering and just saying, not all of them, but there were some of them that were saying really disrespectful things towards or about the women in the original house.
it was locker room talk,
Yes.
as they say.
It was that, but
Boys will be boys.
the problem with locker room talk is not a fucking locker room. You're on national television.
Millions,
Like and
millions
what
of
they
people
didn't
watching.
realize is during the first challenge, this was what had everyone gagged, was that they live streamed how the boys meeting the new girls at the other location, they live streamed it to the girls in the old location.
Messy.
And the way they met wasn't a handshake, y'all. It was
No.
grinding and bumping and making out. It was basically like a strip tease.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how they met the new girls.
Mm-hmm.
So on top of that, the original women saw these guys who they were in couples with acting fools and acting messy. And one thing is to have fun and be part of the experiment, because obviously if it's a challenge, they're supposed to make out, like, to give them that credit, right? But it's how you act and how performative it was all being, of like the moment these girls walk in, I swear to God, all of these men, their legs open up to a full 90-degree angle. Because Lord knows, I guess they have the biggest balls known to men, and they need to man spread.
Goodness, so graphic.
And then they were just like, ooh, Kenzie, who? That pissed me off.
Yeah, they were. So some of the men were saying comments like, "Ooh, I'm gonna come back with a new girl."
Yeah.
Oh, Kenzie, I'm not even thinking about her even once. One of the other guys was like, "Damn, like that's the one I want." Like it was just saying these
Yes.
things that you wouldn't normally say in front of your couple.
Yes.
If they were all, because they do challenges where they're all together,
Yeah.
but they're not gonna say locker room talk commentary
Yeah.
like that. But because they felt safe. Even though there's tons of cameras,
It's clear because it's not like they're hidden cameras.
no, they know what they're on.
They can see the cameras on the tracks and everything around
Yes.
them. So whatever, that happens. Then the idea is that they spend a week in their new, with their new quote unquote couples or new people they've met
Mm-hmm.
to explore all the different new people. So then at the end of the week, they decide, do I want to stay in the original couple that before I came to this Casa More, and the same thing with the girls. Do they want to stay with the guy who went on his little vacation? Or do they want to be with someone new?
Yes.
So some people were we knew from the get-go, they were going to go with new people. Like Kenzie was super upset with Corbin because he was one of the guys being a dickhead during the introduction. So
Right.
she found a new guy. And then there was Trinity and Bryce. So this is where I retract a little bit of men ain't shit.
Oh.
Because Trinity and Bryce are a couple from the beginning that no one would have thought would be the couple of the season.
Right.
Because he's a little awkward, a little dorky. He's not super entertaining, but
and not
he's
super sexy. I mean, he's
Yeah.
attractive. He's
Yeah.
attractive. He's a model, but I wouldn't pick him out of the bunch. You know?
yeah, he's not our type. Whatever, we like more muscly or more bigger guys.
Mm-hmm.
But and then Trinity is just like super confident, badass bitch that like
Sharp tongue.
funny as fuck,
Clever.
and
Mm-hmm.
and so you just never thought like that they would work out. But then this challenge happened, and after the first night, they were both like boo-hooing about missing their couple.
Right.
Because they realized that like these new people ain't shit compared to their like the comfortability level that they got to.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what sometimes real relationships are. Like you do end up with someone who is completely different than what you would expect you would go for, but it's everything you needed and more.
Right.
And so whatever, they come back, and then the men there's one guy who we knew from the beginning that him and the girl were not going to end up together.
Mm-hmm.
Which was Kenzie and Corbin. So he came back and it was like, boo, tomato, boo. That was so funny. As he walked in, that was like the first boo ever on Love Island. That he walked in and all the girls were like, boo, tomato, tomato, boo.
This is TV gold. I know that
Yes.
some people that are listening have never seen the show, but like you have to understand, like we've been with these people for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, so
Yeah.
like we know them. We're supporting some of them.
We quote
We
unquote
know them. So like you have to think about this. Like this man comes back with a new girl. All the original girls are so angry because they're gonna stick up for their friend.
Yeah.
It's a lot of you see girlhood happen
Yeah.
right now on
and
TV.
to be clear,
it's, nice.
it's not about him coming back with a new girl. It's just how he went about it.
It's what they saw on the
It's
live
what they
stream.
saw on the live stream, his comments, the things he said.
Yes.
Like, it's not about the fact that he came back with a new girl, because that's perfectly fine because
Yeah.
you're playing the game.
Mhm.
but how you do it is disrespectful. And then we go on to Casey. And this is where I double down on men ain't shit.
Okay, here's the gay
Is
agenda.
that-
We're back.
Is that we're back. I'm sorry that was a long story, but there was just so much to explain for it to make sense.
That's why it's called Los Yappers.
But he was with a girl called Anaya from the beginning, right? Not from episode 1, because at the beginning no one picked him, and then they ended up together, and then it seemed like it was working out.
Yeah.
He was saying all these nice and sweet things, and this is where what makes it worse to me, because at least Corbin wasn't out here telling Kenzie she was the one and only for him, and that she was like this and that. Casey told Anaya, like, when I think of a black woman, you're the blueprint. Like, that means a lot. That means a lot, especially to a woman of color. Like, it means so much to be said that, because even within the black community, there's a lot of colorism, right? If you're light skinned, you're seen different than you are as a dark skinned person.
For sure.
And so she was having all these feelings that she finally let herself kind of trust this man. He made it seem like, because he didn't have to say all these beautiful things. He didn't have to, if his feelings weren't really there. He made it seem like they were locked down. Like he was going to go and explore, like if there was a Casa Amor or whatever.
He did say, he never lied to her and say he wasn't interested in exploring, but he did like reassure her when she was feeling down.
Yeah, that it was, that he had her first and all this stuff.
Yes, he did.
But then he was one of the ones hooting and hollering during the live stream.
Yep.
And then he walked back in. So, and Anaya had met this new guy. Oh my God, this man's perfect. Carl. This man is a super jacked,
beefy Asian man.
Wasian man. Who's kind, gentle, caring, emotionally intelligent, like all these things. And she just said she wanted to take a risk, right? She wanted to take a risk and stay with Casey, even though Carl felt like the safe option.
Right.
Like, which is crazy, but all right, girl, play the game.
Go with your heart.
So she picked Casey. Turns out he didn't pick her. He walked in with another girl. So then chaos ensues. And she's crying. She's very upset. And this is where it also, the taste goes sour. He's smirking. He's kind of giggling. The new girl's getting a little confrontational. Like she just walked in, and it was like that meme, like, who are you? Whatever is my house. Like,
this was
I'm the owner here.
My favorite meme that I saw from the discourse was Avengers, like Civil War, and it was like half of like the screen was like some of the boys and the new girls versus the OG girls and some of the old couples, because that's what it was. It was like reality TV gold. Like I wouldn't say it was like, oh my God, top 3 of all time, but it was a really, really good fight, because once again, Trinity, the one that you mentioned before, which we love her, she was defending her girl, and she was just saying that, like, why did you say all these beautiful things to her, and then you come back with somebody new? Like, you're shady, you're shady. And then, of course, his girl is trying to defend him, and Trinity and her go back and forth, and continues to say, I wasn't talking to you, so don't talk to me. And it got nasty. The new girl called Trinity a little girl. It got real tense.
What did she say? Yeah, she said, wait, you gonna shut me up? Trinity said, get her out this villa.
She did. She wanted to say that. Get this girl out the villa. I feel like she's not allowed to say that, but you could tell that she wanted to say that at the tip of her tongue.
She did say that.
Did she say no, she didn't say villa. She didn't say villa. She said, get this girl out, and then she paused for a little bit. Get this girl out of here.
No, I'm pretty sure she said villa.
Okay. How much you want to bet? I love betting.
Back.
How much you want to bet? $5.
Rent.
No. Nope.
But yeah, anyways, with the gay agenda, I know we keep yapping about it, but it really is men ain't shit. Like, and again, if you're a good man, you know it's not about you. If you're a good man,
right,
it's not about you. But the other funny thing on Love Island, that's a segue, is straight men acting gay, because that's another one. So there's this bromance this season of Zach and Bryce, who are part of the original guys from the beginning of the season, that they just like found a best friendship and like
a bromance.
They're a bromance, and they're two men who are very comfortable in their sexuality, that they joke a lot, like that, like they're the other couple with each other. Like if they would leave their girls, it'd be for each other. And like they
pretend to kiss.
Yeah.
They cuddle a lot in bed.
Yes.
They hump each
And
other.
it's I find it very endearing and funny
Yes,
because straight men are so afraid of platonic love
for
for
sure.
their friends.
Hmm.
That's where the term like no homo comes from. That's where
Yes.
that's where it is. It's like you're so afraid to be like silly and goofy with your friend that you're seen as like it's gay
Hmm.
or like you're being like a girl or whatever.
Right.
And that got us thinking.
Hmm.
That got us thinking.
It
Because you know
definitely
what,
did.
Yap Nation? Sometimes we may not be politically correct here, but I think this is a safe space. I think it's a safe space. And
It's on YouTube.
if this ruins our career, then my bad. I'm so sorry.
Well, the point of this is to obviously laugh a little bit, but call out some BS. And so we came up with this list. Some of it is inspired by our friends. Some of it is
Yes.
inspired from things that we have observed. And so we came up with this list. It's called Things That Straight Men Do That Are Gay. You ready, honey?
Am I on that list?
You're not straight. Number 1.
But I am gay.
This is one of the things that I wrote down. Men who shave their armpits. Why? That's a little fruity to me. And I'm going to
That's
explain
crazy.
why. That's not crazy. That's not crazy because, for what? Like, you're a man.
Swimmers shave their armpits.
I don't care. I don't care.
Water polo.
I don't care.
People-
I don't care. You were meant to have hairy armpits. Now, as somebody who doesn't have that much hair in their armpits, it is what it is. But I just think that, like, that's how you were meant to be.
So then women should have hairy armpits.
Yes, of course. Sure. It's not for me, but
There it is. There
but
it
it's
is.
their body, their choice.
There it is.
It's their body, their choice. They
Said
can do
I
whatever
won't
they want.
touch it. I
but
don't find
not,
it attractive, but
no.
they
See,
can do it.
but you know what's funny is that, and I'm speaking about the straight men. I'm not talking about all, but there are some straight men that don't like that women having armpit hair.
Yeah.
That's so dumb to me. Like, why? That's naturally how the body's supposed to be. Men, that's how your body is supposed to be. Is gay.
Right.
You don't agree.
Right. No.
Okay, all right, that's fine. It's supposed to be silly. The next thing that we wrote down, this was inspired by a date that a friend had. Men who drink out of a straw.
Stupid. You know what I thought of? This goes on the same thing. Men who eat bananas. Same thing. Anytime a straight man is putting a phallic shaped object in their mouth, I'm like, gay.
That's gay. That's gay.
It's like
Chop
a banana,
it up.
a popsicle.
Yeah, like an ice cream cone. Like, why are you licking like that? Why are you licking up and down?
God forbid they do eye contact with you when they're doing it.
No, that's weird.
Oh,
That's
man.
weird. No, I agree with you. Or like the reason why I brought up the straw thing was because it was an observation from a girl that went on a date with a straight guy. And she said that she got the ick from him just like kind of like looking for it with his mouth. And then I thought about the image in my head and I was
You know
like,
what I would too, though.
yeah, that's a little gay.
But I would get the ick if anyone did that. That when people do they're talking to you and they're
I do that all the time.
like they're trying to listen to you instead of looking down.
Yes.
Trying to find a
So you
straw.
agree with this one?
Yeah, the armpits thing you're not gonna get me.
That's
on that
fine.
one.
That's
You're not
fine.
gonna
We
get me
moved
that
on
one.
from there. I still think it's
But
gay.
I thought also, whenever straight men, and this is one of those gay or European questions, when straight men cross their legs when they're sitting, like when they put one leg over the other,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I don't know. There's a little too much sugar in that tank.
I think that's judgmental, actually. I think that's okay. Men should be comfortable in a seat if they have to. What if they, need to cover up sometimes?
Cover up what?
The
That'll crush
goods.
it. That's like the opposite of man spreading.
Some men like that.
All right.
I don't agree with you on that one. I think men should be comfortable in chairs.
As long as they have armpit hair.
Yes. yes. This was an observation that I wrote down when I went to the gym the other day. Men who do glutes at the gym.
Straight men.
Straight men, of course.
Because what are you doing it for?
For what?
For who?
And what does it do for you? So what? So you could sit a little bit better? Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
What are you working on your butt for?
Just tell her you want her to peg you. Just do it.
For real.
Just tell her.
I mean, I don't endorse that. But what I'm saying is,
you didn't endorse getting pegged.
yo, you're on camera. I just think that there's no point. There's no point. What do you need? For what? For your skirt? I just don't get it. Your tight shorts?
Oh, you can say that, but I can't say getting pegged on camera.
No, I'm just saying men in general. Like, men in general. Like, what are you wearing? Like, what are you making your butt bigger for?
I told you.
for a scantily clad
We already
outfit?
know. We already know. I won't say the word again, but we know.
Don't say the word.
We
Don't
know.
say
I'm
the
gonna
word.
get
So
canceled.
you agree, gay?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah, when a straight man's like doing squats or like that are specific to, and unless you're in like competitions for this, like bodybuilding, it's the
Even
only
then.
time I accept it.
Okay.
Because you have to show off every muscle. I get it. You can't have no flabby ass if you're showing off everything else is perfect.
Right.
But when you're just a random man trying to be caked up and don't let nobody back there,
Mm-hmm.
that's great.
That's sus. That's sus. What else? This kind of went off with the straw thing, and I know a lot of my straight guy friends actually love this, but I think it's a little gay. It's when they order fruity cocktails.
If I hear a straight man ordering a lemon drop, it's
Let
a
me
wrap
get a
for
little
me.
lemon drop with a little umbrella,
Little apple teeny,
a little cherry
a
on
Cosmo,
top.
an espresso martini. A straight man
That's
orders.
gay. That's gay. That's gay. That's gay.
Happy Pride. Happy
Happy
Pride.
Pride to
Welcome to the
you.
queer community.
Yes.
We have another one.
Okay, so you agree. Okay, good. Because I was writing these down and I was like, he's not gonna agree with any of them. He'll agree with my ops.
I don't agree with the armpit one.
Okay, that's fine.
Because the other ones are funny. The armpit one is like, no, I know people who like legitimately have to shave it for like a legitimate reason and not because like just because they want to. It's usually because like a sports related thing or like they sweat a
Those don't
lot
count
or
then.
they stink a lot.
Okay.
Because you're trying to say your natural body, so then you shouldn't wear deodorants.
Well,
oh, but I can't see the other thing.
that's a different topic. Man scent is hot.
That's for
Not
next,
nasty man scent. Normal man scent is hot.
That's for the next Pride.
And I will leave it at
episode next
that.
year, y'all.
I will leave it at that. And then the last thing that I wrote, which was just silly, guys who care about doing their eyebrows, it's a little gay. I understand you want to look your best, but it's a little gay.
It's not, to me, the eyebrow thing is not about doing your eyebrows. But if the lines of your eyebrows are sharp enough to cut my teeth on, then there's a problem.
Okay, so shape matters, not
Yes.
necessarily the act of doing
Like
it.
it can't be too clean. It can't look like a laser did your eyebrows.
Okay.
I like
it can't
a
be
good-
professionally done. It has to be by them.
No, it could be professionally done because there are men who get it done and it still looks like a natural eyebrow.
Okay.
It's not so obviously shaped and like super sleek and cut. Because then I don't know, you look like a drag queen to me.
Right.
Like it's that. But I feel the same way, like along those lines of a man whose skincare routine is longer than anyone. Like,
Okay.
Like no, when I see a man whose skincare routine is so long,
Yeah.
a straight man.
Right.
We're
Right.
talking about straight men.
Straight man. We're talking about toxic straight men. We're not talking about like the good ones.
Although arguably the good ones are probably the ones with the skincare routine.
Yes. I don't.
But I'm talking about gay.
Okay.
So, I can't compete with a straight guy on a face routine. Like I have a face routine, but it doesn't take that long. So when I got a straight guy next to me pulling out the potion bottles
The 7-in-1.
and the and the needles and the dermabrasion and the this and the light mask, I'm like, girl.
I'll give that like half.
Hey, girl.
I'll give that one a half. Like I can understand like where you're coming from, but I think self-care is really important. Like what are we gonna say? Mental health is gay if you're straight.
Well,
Like, no.
well, a straight man that goes to therapy is probably gay.
No, I do not endorse that. That's so mean. No, I mean it's not mean to
This
be gay.
whole bit is getting us
It
canceled.
is.
So let's keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving. Let's keep
before
it
the
moving.
mic cuts out.
No, the point of this segment was just to be silly and funny and be judgmental. But no, like you can do whatever you want on this list. You still might be straight or gay.
Speaking of gay, Kelbin's friends visited this week.
Beautiful segment, Mike King. Yes. yes. The point of today's topic is really just kind of going over the weekend that I had with my college friends, my boys. And it's really funny for me because I never really had such strong bonds with straight men until mid-college till afterwards. I grew up, to give you guys a backstory, my lore, some may say. I always had girlfriends.
Nobody's saying.
Always. They care. And I always had girlfriends, always, till the dawn of time. I felt more comfortable with girls. I never was able to relate to guys. I was never invited to the guy groups. I was always a little too femme. My wrist was a little too limp. Everything.
Still is.
It still is. And so I don't know what happened in college. I guess, college is a little bit more liberal You know, it's a little bit more liberal leaning. I guess everybody's more open minded. They took one sociology class, and it's opened up their mind, and whatever else has happened. That's what happened to me. I only speak on experiences that I've gone through.
You took a
And
sociology class and realized you were gay?
no, you're just open minded. You become open minded about
Oh,
different
you
kinds
became
of.
okay with gay people.
Yes, 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 yes. Well, actually, it's funny you joke about that. I was raised to think that gay people were
Right, right.
wrong. So yes,
Call
your joke
from
turned out true.
the call is coming from inside the house, mama.
Absolutely, and it did. And yeah, so I think it was really, really special this weekend because we haven't hung out with each other all together in a non-wedding setting for years.
How
And
specific.
I know, well, yeah, because if you count the wedding, then like that kind of does count. But no, but it's been a few years, and it was just so interesting to just see how we all have grown up, and how it's been over 10 years since college, and we've all just changed. And um, I really just doubled down on like how that was my thigh.
So
Sorry. That was
loud.
my thigh. Sorry.
I think it's Kelvin's first time recording a podcast today, guys. I'm sorry. He's shaking. He's banging things. He's breathing hard. I don't know what's happening.
And so, yeah, today's topic, we just wanted to talk about, the Oscar called it this, the unassuming ally,
Yeah,
the straight man.
it's that thing that's so, because to be honest and I guess vulnerable, when after your friends left, I had sat you down and I told you like I wanted to say something to you. I wanted to like really make a point out of it. And I was sitting in the back gardening. You decide which one. But Kelvin got back from going to lunch before they left to the airport. And he came back and I told him like, hey, I really want to make sure I tell you this, that like that friendship you have with them, never let go of it. Like it was such a, so like for most of the weekend, so the way they did it, because we live here in town, and then one of the other people in the friend group, Joe, lives in more towards the city. So they spent one night there because they went out and they danced and they had a kiki, and then they came and spent the second night at our house. When I was with them, it was kind of like being a fly on the wall in the best way.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't like I was being ignored or anything like that. It was more so that like the flow of conversation was so like stream of consciousness, kind of like it was kind of like when me and my mom talk, where like it's just never ending.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something that triggers a new conversation.
That's how the whole weekend felt.
Yeah, and it was very much that. And I was telling you that like that's such a rare thing to have. Like there, it's no secret that in all the moving we've done in the past couple years and the different stuff, like sometimes it can get lonely. And Kelvin has talked about that, like his mental health journey and like feeling lonely, not having community, having to rebuild a community, having friends, and then they're leaving, and then we move, and then everything feels kind of lonely again. That times like that, you also have to sit down and kind of appreciate the things in your life, because it helps kind of get you out of that funk. That like that's a friend group that you should always think on for moments like that, because I would take that every couple years than a group of friends that I may see all the time but don't have that chemistry with,
Right.
from a friendship level.
Yeah.
And those friends for gay men specifically, that's what that's mainly what this is about, is that for gay men, growing up, we always feel other than, right? For straight guys, we always feel like we're lesser than, whether they're actually saying something, doing something. It's just you're conditioned to think the stuff that you like are for girls, the things you want to do are for girls, or they're weird, so you have to hang out with girls. You're naturally going to have friends that are girls. And even though that may have been true, because that was like me growing up too, most of my friends were girls. When I got to college, it was a similar experience. I joined a fraternity, which I was very nervous about at the beginning. I was very nervous about, because I'm like, frats they're notorious for being homophobic and misogynistic and all these different terrible things that like, and however true that may be, because it's not that it doesn't exist. I'm not going to sit here and paint a picture that fraternities are by any means perfect, because it's very problematic in certain aspects. But it was a bunch of straight men kind of embracing me, and I didn't have to butch it up to be around them. They wanted to know if I was dating anyone. I remember when I brought my ex at the time to our formal, it was such a big deal because
Mhm.
there were some other gay guys, but they were all very notorious for never wanting relationships or only, being really promiscuous.
Mhm.
Not that I didn't have my fun,
I know
but
that's right.
I uh I had brought my ex and they were all just so happy for me. They were so
Mhm.
excited that I was able to share the experience like they are with bringing their girlfriends and their dates and stuff like that.
With your straight friends, your straight guy friends, do you ever have moments where you say something out loud or you share something, you're vulnerable, or yeah, just anything like that, and they just react in the most like normal way? Do you still feel like a little warmness in your heart when they just react to you normally? Because it's been years since I've had these friends. I have
Yeah.
said the most outrageous things to them, and they still continue to treat me like I'm just anybody. But I still feel that now, like even this past
Yeah,
weekend.
I guess it was like that, and that's why I say hold like always be grateful for moments like that because I'm not really close to any of my fraternity brothers
Mm-hmm.
anymore. In that aspect, like of course we cheer each other on from afar. So like I actually don't really have that anymore. So
Okay.
that's something that I will cherish that part of my life. I will appreciate that friendship. That made me realize that like, oh, not all men, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
yes, there are a lot of terrible men and men ain't shit is still something to live by. And it's usually straight men that are cause a problem, but plenty of gay men are just as problematic and terrible.
Talk about it.
But that's a whole nother episode. Maybe that's next episode since Pride is over.
Let's attack gay men.
Let's attack
Let's
gay
attack
people.
gay men. Yes.
But it's one of those things of like I don't have that anymore, and so that also made me very nostalgic for that.
Mm-hmm.
That like, wow, what a beautiful thing that you've all grown up. You've all changed and not changed in certain ways,
Mm-hmm.
but you can still have that where you'll say something out of left field, and
Right.
there is no crazy reaction. There is
Whoa,
no
like I
yeah
don't want to
yeah
hear that, bro.
exactly
Like I'm okay with it, but
yeah. It's never that. If
yeah.
anything, it might have been the opposite. Some of them said stuff, and I was like, oh. Hello.
don't air out
Hello.
their stuff.
No. But it's like that. I think people don't realize how important those friendships are,
Mm-hmm.
how important it is to feel like, we always want to say, fuck the patriarchy and, I don't need men and like straight men's validation and stuff. And it's not that you need it, but it's just so nice to be friends with someone who's a different walk of life than you, a different, you know, part of a different type of village, a different type of community, and there's still a thread connecting you,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
it's the it's one of the best love stories,
Yeah.
and which is funny because you used it as your
Yeah.
caption
Yeah. Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
posted that like your friends are some of your best love stories because it's that friendship is something that should be so cherished, I don't think they'll ever know how much and how important that is
Mm-hmm.
for you to have.
Yeah, because they haven't lived my life,
Yeah.
They don't
And
understand.
and I'm sure they feel the same way about you, right? That you have brought things into their life, that you listen to them and you care for them and you let them be vulnerable and emotional and you're non-judgmental too. But the three of them that they have that in common, they're all straight.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, it's more so that like the one thing that you don't have in common has never made you feel othered and different. It's made you feel more valued as a person.
100%. And the other thing that I do notice is when they're around me, it's not that we change exactly, but you've said this comment about me before. You'll be like, "Why are you so like femme and gay when you're around straight men?" And it's funny, and I had thought about that when I was hanging out with them, and I'm like, "Why am I that? Is that me? I think that's a side of me. I don't think
Yeah.
that's fully me, but I think that's a side of me that they make me feel comfortable in acting that way.
Yeah.
Whereas when I'm with my girlfriends, we talk about dudes, we talk about like like it's almost like locker room talk with girls, and I become a little bit more masculine with them being the tallest one in the group, right? Being like always the protector of the girls, making sure they're not being touched weird by guys, like making sure I protect them. Like that is kind of the role that I become or that I act
Yeah.
more like when
Yeah.
I'm with my girlfriends. But when I'm with my guy friends,
Hold
I
on,
can
hold on.
be
All I thought as you saying that is Melanie.
Melanie, Kenzie. That's a Love Island reference for those who don't
That's all I was
know.
thinking of.
Yeah.
But well, finish what you're saying. I don't want to cut
Well,
you
just
off.
saying that I I'm so grateful and lucky to have a straight guy friend group that makes me feel comfortable enough to be feminine with them, because we still get to have these conversations about being emotional and vulnerable with each other, and they don't feel like they have to hold back. I don't feel like I have to hold back, and it's just two human souls interacting with each
Well,
other.
think about it. It sounds like you're part of these friend groups that give people the opportunity to kind of not have to put up these walls or expectations of what they're supposed to act like or supposed to be like. And however much they are themselves with their partners, with their lives, there is just like, there's that thin layer that gets removed when you're with a friend group like that clicks, because you're not having in that moment, which is also part of the reason I like when like something like that, I didn't want to necessarily be with you all the time.
Yeah.
One, because it's no secret, mama doesn't like going out, but it's also that then you would be worried about me. You would be concerned, like, am I having a good time? Do I want something to drink? Am I this? Am I that? Knowing also on top of that I'm not a fan of being out late.
Yeah.
And it's that thing where like you're all giving yourselves permission to just be whatever you want to be with each other.
Right.
And essentially it could be the same thing could be said for your girlfriend groups, that like they get to be a little more masculine, a little more domineering, a little more in control, because women have this expectation to be dainty, to get men attention, and to not be this controlling, like masculine energy, but they feel the freedom to be that with you.
Right.
So it's kind of, you get like to experience both sides, and like, what a gift, because there's so many people that don't get one or the other, let alone both. And it's something to really be proud of your friends, but also proud of yourself that you found people like this in your life, because you attract the energy you give out, right? And you give people the permission to be themselves, so they in turn have now given yourself permission to be yourself around them.
Yeah.
So what a beautiful thing.
Throughout the whole weekend, and I've said this before on the podcast, and if you truly know me, I am not really I'm a loud person. I'm a loud person. However, one-on-one, yes, I'll be loud. I'll talk to you, like, love great conversation. But if there is two people, right? Like there's three of us all in total or more, I love to sit back and listen to the conversation. It's like I'm watching a podcast. It's like I'm listening in. I get to kind of like detach a little bit and just like enjoy the laughter and like my friends interact, see facial expressions. I'm very observant. And that's right. Majority of the weekend, that's really what I did. I did feel, I don't know how to describe it other than emotional, but like there were moments where we were eating breakfast at the table and I was just happy to be catching up, where like I almost found myself tearing up. And we weren't even talking about anything emotional at all. We were probably laughing about something, but it made me so emotional at the moment, to just like the privilege of being able to have friends travel to come see me and just sit at a table and talk. And it was just, I don't know. I don't, it's not that I've never felt that before. I just don't think I feel that enough or often, because of course not all my friends can travel to me every weekend, and
Yeah, you don't, but it's one of those things that like moments like that in life. And because I've had those moments where like you sit back, like our wedding night was one of them, like where I just sat back watching everyone interact, and like I was so grateful, and I got a little emotional. That it's things like that, friendships like that I mean, yes, it comes with age that you appreciate it more, obviously. And we're not necessarily technically old, but we're older.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean, that's just the natural evolution of life, right? Is that like you're so self-centered in your 20s for valid reasons, right? The world is either at your fingertips or it's crumbling on top of you. Like there's no in between. And then you kind of self-regulate and you kind of figure things out, and maybe your mental health gets better, and then you hit your 30s and maybe you're more financially stable, and all that stuff happens that like it also reminds you like these are the things at the end of the day that matter the most.
This is the meaning of life.
Yeah.
This is truly the meaning of life.
Connection has always been the meaning of life. Whether it's love in your life, like romantic love, friendship love, family love. Like it's things like that, like the stuff with my dad, like moments like that are just like, I'm never going to experience that type of joy Like I've never experienced that type of joy when it came to giving a gift like that to someone.
Mm-hmm.
And I've given great gifts, and I've given gifts, and I have moments that mean a lot, but to be able to do that for my dad, just it filled up my cup so much, and it
Mm-hmm.
overflowed me with so much love and joy and gratitude for how my life turned out, that like, dude, what is there to complain about? Like, yeah, there's always shit going on, and there's terrible things going on, and it's not to say you have to be silent and not care, but it's also stopping and remembering, like, this is how things get better, is leaning onto each other, leaning onto community, leaning onto your friends that live hundreds of miles, thousands of miles away,
Mm-hmm.
and be grateful for the moments you get together,
Yeah.
because there are people who go a lifetime never experiencing any type of love, let alone one of those.
Right.
And so, like, how lucky are we and blessed are we to experience all this type of love? We get all that and more. We've experienced love romantically, loves within our friends, love within our family, love with Yap Nation, and like this podcast,
Yeah.
like just an like taking in love is also just something to learn and appreciate. And I'm like, we can sit and joke and complain and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, like, the friendships that straight men do, true genuine good men, that, because that's what it is to be a man. To be a man is not how much money you're making,
How many girls you get.
people you're sleeping
Yeah.
with, how successful you are at work, how, like, you're the type of body you have. Like,
Mhm.
being a man, being a person, is showing up for the people in your life,
Yeah.
showing up in more ways than one for the people in your life. That's what it is to be a man. Like, there's different types of men, of course. There's different types of women. There's different types of non-binary people. Like, it's perfectly fine. But like, when we want to talk about, like, that's the catchphrase of, like, you have to be a man, right? Rub some dirt in it.
Mhm.
And real men don't cry, and real men don't, like, whatever. Like, it's this thing of, like, no, let them have friendships, right? But you should have friendships that are people not like you.
Right.
That it
Right.
doesn't have to be your carbon copy to be your best friend. Like,
Mhm.
this is a friend group that none of you are the same type of person
At all.
at all.
At all.
On paper, physically, in life, like, I would never guess with $1 million on the line to connect you four in a
Yeah.
friend group.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's
That's the beauty of it.
that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Is like, I shouldn't, because when we're talking about the gay community, like, all these white gay men that are friends with each other and nobody else, like, I could do that in a heartbeat. I would win that competition easy,
Mhm.
because you just pick 4 of them named Chad, and they're all probably actual friends.
Right.
And it's that thing of, like, and that happens with straight men too, right? That they all look the same, dress the same. Like, dude, like,
Yeah.
have some individuality.
Yeah.
Like, they're so busy trying to be an individual by being just like each other.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's crazy the roles that they all play too, though, because when it comes to my friends, even as different as we are, they all play. We all, like, they have a little bit. I have a little bit of them in me.
Yeah.
I feel like Joe's like my older brother. I feel protected when I'm around him. That is, like, I'll never forget coming out to him in college at a McDonald's, and, like, that man did not even blink an eye. Like, he was just there for me, and I was so worried.
So you
obviously.
want the 10 count.
So are we, like, gonna
So do
take
we
this to
just come here to
go,
eat,
or and continues to be like an older brother for me. Kenny is like the emotional person that I was like, he was like that mysterious person in college where I was like, I want to be his friend, and and then we ended up becoming friends, and continues to be. He was the one that actually taught me about physical affection. I always was kind of awkward when it came to that, honestly. Like, in college, like, I wouldn't like to, like, hug my friends or tell them that I love them or anything like that. And he actually taught me to be more comfortable with that it didn't mean anything, that there's no sexual desire about it, hugging your bro or, kissing him on the cheek. And
or the lip.
or the lips.
Look at
kiss the
Kelvin's
homies.
Instagram for seeing those
Please.
photos.
Oh, please. Kiss the homies. Kiss all your homies.
He kissed all of them.
I kiss. Yeah. Well, yes. Well, yeah. I didn't need to say that, but yes, I did. I kissed all of them, and Kirby's.
I'll do it again.
And I'll do it again. Shit. I love kissing straight men. Kirby is the golden retriever side of me, where, like, he's yes and
Oh yeah.
and both of us together is like chaos. Like we were at this like EDM club at one point for our weekend, and it was me and him in the front. And at one point, some girls were just like, "Take off your shirts." And what did we do? All of us, we took our shirts off. I have never clubbed with my shirt off in my life. In
That's crazy.
my
Well,
life.
that's what happens when you're out till 5 in the morning.
5 in the morning with my boys, drinking, going to the afters, seeing one of my most favorite drag queens of all time, where they got a better photo with her than I did, and yeah, what a lovely night out. And the next day we had plans, but we were like, why don't we just like hang out and talk? And that's all we did. We talked, we talked, we talked. We watched old videos, cringed, gardened, ate. So yeah, it was just a weekend that I expected it to be great, but I think it was also in retrospect, now that I'm reflecting on it, I think it was a weekend that we all needed. We're all going through different parts of our lives that
Oh yeah.
are changing.
The world needs to heal.
Yeah,
We all need weekends like that.
and I felt like I healed my inner child a little bit.
Yeah, it self-regulates you a little. In times like right now, what's going on, I just everyone needs weekends like that. So Yap Nation, book that trip.
Book that trip.
Visit that friend.
Yes.
Visit your family, your sister, your sibling. Like if you're putting it off because you say this month I can't, next month I can't, just remember sometimes things like that are exactly what you need to make you a better person, a better parent, a better friend, a better sibling, like whatever. Sometimes you need those weekends with your people, your village and your group, and it helps just kind of recalibrate everything inside of you. And that's what Kelvin has had this past 2 weekends. He had his birthday weekend with his close friend from Chicago, and then the boys showed up, and we might have some more guests showing up one of these days.
Well, yes.
Who knows? But do it. Life's too short, and we say that all the time, right? Just do it. Money comes and goes. I'm not trying to endorse being irresponsible, but one day that friend won't be there.
Yeah.
For whatever
Yes.
reason. For whether
Yeah.
it's because you grew apart, like I talked about, I'm not close to my straight guy friends really anymore, or something might happen, unfortunately. So you have to just go see him, go visit them, catch up on your life, or just give him a call. Give him a call right now when this podcast is over.
Yeah. Catch up with your friend.
Give him a call. Tell them you love him. Tell them you miss him. Don't hold anything back. You'll be that much better for it. Then you can run back and you can like, comment, and subscribe.
Well, yes.
To Los Yappers podcast on anywhere you listen to podcasts, as well as TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, maybe OnlyFans. Who knows?
It's still a maybe.
It's still Pride Month. We have the 250th birthday celebration of America, so that might be a great way.
What better way than pornography? Side note, I did ask Oscar if he wanted to film.
Oh, but I can't talk about pegging. With that, Yap Nation, you can follow me at Oscar_CORD.
And you can follow me, your absolute favorite host, at Kelbin Live.
Remember now and forever, and on potentially America's last birthday, who knows, you are enough.
I'm scared.